guys, welcome to Gusto Reactions. Once again, thank you so much for always liking and sharing, subscribing, telling your friends about what we do right here at Gusto TV. We love you. We appreciate every one of you. Yes, give that shit.
That say you 1 million every time it comes on set. Don't have to display like this. That person.
Yes. You guys are the reason why we are gingered like this. Even though I've seen a couple of bashes on Lala. Ejo, pity him.
There was no bashes. People, I don't know. People had the. I think people always confuse it that I'm for one artist. I'm not for one.
Bro, the way they say anytime. There was one time Davido was this. They say you always have every chance to attack Davido is this. When it's Burna Boy, they say all chance you have to attack Burna Boy. When it's Whiskey, you don't like Whiskey at all. You hate Starboy and you're just hiding on that. Oh, this guy is me. Anyways, Burna is in the news today. A lot of the time we talk about Burna Boy doing his thing and of course getting a lot of accolades. Now, Burna Boy being the talk of this particular one is up to something yet again. Last year, Davido's A Good Time album crossed over the 1 billion streams mark. Then Burna Boy followed suit with African Giant crossing the 1 billion streams mark as well. And of course, a couple of weeks ago, we've been seeing a lot of Burna Boy, allegedly buying views, Whiskey, organic and everything. He didn't say anything about that one. But then, a certain video of which we know On The Low, which is arguably Burna Boy's biggest song.
I mean, we sat here and when we discussed songs
On The Low,
people didn't want to agree.
Yeah.
They thought, it was a defining moment. But if you look at, numbers don't lie, like people say. If you look at numbers that On The Low did, you know how far on the low, and how impactful it was for
Burna's career. Yes.
Yeah, so we called it and said On The Low was the biggest song. People, with this video costing 200 million.
It validates your
numbers.
Don't lie.
Human being can lie.
Anyways, Burna has come out and say, okay, Burna forget that one Monsters You Made video, all the whole buying of views and everything. This particular one, On The Low, has just crossed over 200 million. Wait for it. Organic views. Is this a shade to Davido?
Of course it's a shade. Of course it's a shade. So if you think it's not a shade, then maybe you're living under a rock. But of course it's a shade. He knows what he's trying to do. But then he's been an hypocrite at it. He was caught red-handed by Whiskey MC. His views.
Oh my days.
In May, how will I put it?
In 8 hours? I mean, in 8,000 views.
It was caught red-handed, and that's not.
There was a cut.
That's not even digital marketing. So we all know that digital marketing is still not even. It's not organic.
Yeah.
You want to call it that? It's still not organic. Anyways, he's crossed 200 million views.
Organic views.
Let's just sit down with the organic. When we go back to how they take promote Burna Boy back then, a lot of digital marketing would have gone into all these fairs. All these UK, US, where his popularity is not as known. How else are you going to reach an audience that you don't know? It's very digital marketing. I'm pretty sure they would have done and targeted those areas.
Yes.
Not in Nigeria. We know in fact, even the streams or views on Nigeria, they don't count for nothing.
Exactly.
Everybody knows how sorry to say worthless it is. So at the start of promotion of African Giant, I'm pretty sure digital marketing went down heavy back then, which was his first album under Atlantic. So the organic thing is just to throw shade. I think he loves being in the news that him and Davido are fighting. He's happy right now because it's him and Davido. But when he was,
and he seems to be chasing Davido from A Good Time into 1 billion streams too. Now Davido's fall 200 million views. On The Low 200 million views. What exactly is this whole back to back dropping the 6 kilometer song on the day Davido dropped? And even though the fans are saying we are the ones trying to pit them together against each other, but these things, are they just happening not coincidence? Really?
When people said people release who releases song at 5:30 when a video of Davido is due at 6, who is the person that will say he wants to release a song at 5:30? Well, he did what they had to do, and on the day should be the song drop.
Exactly.
Everybody went their way, but Bola is still trying to prove that yes, he's miles ahead of
Davido, yeah.
And if you're going to look at the numbers, you can't even argue with him one couple. Fine, Davido gets to cross the finish line there. But Davido is crossing the finish line in a longer time.
Yeah.
And a Burna Boy who's crossing that finish line in a way shorter time.
Fall came through in 2017. You know, I think June 2017, and November 2018 was when, you know, so
more than a year.
Yeah, more than a year after.
Course,
you know, and then they're on the same, you know, level right now, over 200 million views. What does this 200 million organic views, what does it do to Burna Boy's career?
Well, it's a landmark for him. It's his first video to cross that mark, and it's also an indication that if you're going to underrate or feel, oh, this guy is not wherever he says he is, if you think he's not the giant he says he is, you need to have a think, because his numbers are definitely not lying. His quality of work, the fact that he's won a Grammy, you need to put all that into perspective and just give him his flowers and say, okay, you really don't try, and maybe perhaps you are number one in the game.
Does this keep him, you know, in the bragging rights, you know, thing?
Yes, now, I mean, the guys who are big on these bragging rights, them Davido, DMW, 30BG, they love throwing numbers about. So if they love doing that, what other way for you? If you're going to battle them, you have to outdo what they are doing, which is exactly what Burna is doing and what is about these days. It's just that everybody can see, well, maybe not everybody, but people can now see that you can manipulate your numbers. They've caught him red-handed. Everybody knows Davido does a lot of digital marketing for his numbers. Nobody's saying it's a bad thing. But if you're going to celebrate it and say blah 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 blah, blah, that's where the hypocrisy comes in. Burna Boy is just being the same as Davido right now because he's been a hypocrite. He was caught buying views. Maybe not buying views. I don't say he was caught. He was caught, and he's now celebrating organic views. Now he may want to say, "Oh, I didn't really do that for on the low," which is why it's legit. But you were caught doing it for another video. So no, anybody can come up and wake up and say, "Oh, you bought views 200." The matter is not the 200 million. You shall have bought views at the point.
At the point
that's what
in your career. Anyways, guys, let's have your thoughts on that particular one. Burna Boy with that one on the low, crossing the 200 million views views mark alongside Davido's Fall. Yes, that's one Fall. And on the low, we're going to have to discuss that one another time. Fall versus on the low. And Lala is going to be back here to discuss that one. 200 million. Which, no, make I not give it at the expo. Now, guys, thank you so much for liking and sharing. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.